What up, fish people? Kenny E with Anakin Aquatics. Well, guys, I'm using my earbuds today, so if somebody could give me a quick sound check, and then we'll get started. Anyway, I'm just going to do a maintenance on the old 240 today. Figured I'll be here anyway. Might as well do a rare behind-the-scenes look at what goes on with the Daniken house when we're doing water changes. So. Y'all hear me? Hello? No, Steve, it ain't going to take me 15. Cool. All right, guys. Well, here's what I'm dealing with today to give you an idea. I put these new super lights on, and what it has done is, you guys can see this, I got a serious algae to deal with today. So that is going to be a blast. And then in the middle of the night, we decided to have, I put these new festives, or however you say them, they're little jerks is what they are. I put them in about a month ago, and I went to do the feeding last night, and one of my beloved little pigeon bloods had been munched up. So that is the other project while I have this drain, is to catch those little jerks out of there, and I'm going to be putting them in another tank. Hey, Patrick Hardy, I'll run through the hellos real quick while I can. First in was Mr. Craig Donahue. What's going on, Craig? Master Aquatics, what's going on? Eduardo, Lori, good to see you. Caged Aquatics, Mr. Keith Henshaw, good to see you. Eric Wyrock, always a pleasure, man. Catfish Nation in the house. How'd you get off, Joe? Stephen P. 2003 in the house. We got Twisted Aquatics. Barbara Jackson in the house. What's going on, Barbara? Jenna P. Good to see you. Then, of course, Patrick Hardy, Sunset Jen, Ricky De La Hoyas, and PB Aquatics Fanowski. Good to see you, Ricky. All right, guys. So I'm going to try to get this set up somewhat here while I'm doing things. We'll figure out a good angle for y'all where it doesn't show too much of Kenny E, but still gives you the idea. How's that? That looks pretty good. Now, if anybody's interested in coming up and watching the chat while I'm working, I'd be more than, oh, hold on, I got a guest in the house. Oh, my, somebody I did invite is here. So now let's figure out how to get him up here. I've never done it through this. There it is. Hey, Ed, thanks for coming up last minute notice. How are you, buddy?
Oh, you bet. Oh, I just got home. I drove my dad to like 8 different places today.
Well, like I said, I told you in the chat there, in the text, that if you could, great. If you couldn't, greatly understood. I just decided to do it last minute. I've got to get this tank done, and I got stuff to do, so I figured I'd stream while doing it. And anyway.
You may want to make me little and you really big so people can see you better.
And that's just way too much effort. Let me see here. Let's see if we can do something here. Yeah, on this format, it only lets me do solo or this way. So
I gotcha.
And we don't want to do solo. We want them to see you today. So you've been quite busy of late, haven't you, Ed?
Oh, I've been running around. Oh, but
and the videos. I'm talking about the videos, man. It's like every day I've been seeing a new video from Mr. Ed.
Well, I'm going to do one short a day for a year. I'm picking up about 50 to 75 subs a month just from the shorts. So
what?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I'm huge in India. 25% of my people watching them are from India. It's kind of funny.
So this is the other thing I'm doing to this today as well. I think a lot of the problems that are going on in this tank is they're not comfortable. So I'm going to pick out some pieces of manzanita to throw in there today.
Oh, cool.
I've been begging Danny to do it forever. And since she gave me no input, now I get to choose. But there it is. I like this piece, just simple. That's kind of a cool piece.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
Give them nice little shelter to hang under. Should be able to fit through slots of the. It's a 240 gallon that we're putting this in.
Yeah, that should be awesome.
Then I also want to pick out some of the rock we have laying around. I just think a lot of the things that are going on in this tank, they have no shelter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And when they're bored is when they start destroying stuff. Right before you came in, last night I came down and one of my pigeon bloods was dead. So I've got to deal with that. I know who did it. I've got 2 festive in there with them, and I'm pretty sure they're the culprits.
LRB said you have a ton of driftwood to pick through. And he just took the first one on the top. I want to thank LRB last night and Dragon Lair. I figured those 2 guys would be up late at night, and I took a photo of a little rainbow, and I was trying to identify it. And both of those guys helped me out, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, LRB might know a thing or two about rainbows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I tell you, it's always a blast not finding anything that I need. I want my razor blade. There it is.
Jess from
these things are lifesavers.
Jess is here. She's saying hi.
How you doing, Jess? Welcome, everybody. I'll let Ed watch the chat, and I've got to get busy on this. And I'll talk to Ed while I'm doing it. But this straight edge 8 with a long handle razor, man, is what you got to have when you're doing this stuff. And I like to get most of the algae. We have, I think, a total of 4 sponges in here, and then FX4 on here as well. I didn't go with the FX6 on this because Danny didn't want as much current for the discus.
Sure.
Or I would have put an FX6 myself. I just think I like the flow better. They don't clog as easily. And then you also get, with the FX6, there's 3 trays instead of 2 trays for media and all that good stuff.
Adele says hi.
How you doing, Adele? Good to see you. I appreciate everybody showing up at the last minute. Like I said, I wasn't planning this today, but I'm sitting at home and was going to do this anyway. So I figured what better time? I didn't see anybody streaming, so I figured it'd be a good time to fire up a stream and just do it.
Yeah.
So where were you coming back from? A bunch of doctor's appointments, Ed?
No doctor's appointments. Let's see. We started off by going to Harbor Freight, then the library, the post office, the bank, Lowe's, the grocery store, Walmart.
Holy gosh.
I had to pick my car up at, we also went to Walgreens in there too to pick up medicine for Mom. I picked up my car that was in the shop, so Dad had to drive for about 3 blocks, but I followed him home, so that was good. And that was a lot of stuff in a short time. It was kind of crazy. Man, Kenny, that already looks nice and clear.
Yeah, that algae that gets on, this lighting is extreme right now. I told Danny it was going to happen, but she was set on more lighting for this tank. I don't like the algae, so I would have just soon kept the regular lights on. But the reason, in her defense, her octopus was dying and a bunch of the other plants weren't doing well in here. And you guys all know Danny and her plants. I'm more into the fish. You know, the plants are just secondary, but unfortunately, these fish like a good planted tank. So I gave in and let her do it. And of course, you see who's maintaining it now. It's not Danny down here getting rid of all this algae she's created. It's me. But she usually does this tank. I'll give her credit. She's been really busy because she is not going to be doing the BAP program for our club anymore.
Oh.
So she's up making sure she's got all of that up to date for whoever takes it over this next month. And then as of yesterday, I resigned. I told them that this is my last year. And as of March 31st, I will no longer be the president of Greater Portland Aquarium Society.
So are you guys just getting overwhelmed? Too much work?
Well, between our regular jobs, the channel, and then upkeep of these tanks, I mean, we have to have more time. I am going to be in charge of Fishtoberfest this year because I already started it, so they want me to finish that, of course. And then after that, then next year the president will be in charge of it.
You have a question from Mexicali Fishkeeper.
Uh-huh.
Do you have, or is there any shrimp experts? I have a shrimp that was purchased as a gold shrimp, but now it's over 3 inches long. Is it a clear
Well, if he's
shrimp?
still in here, I would say that one of the experts was definitely in here, and that was LRB. He's won many awards for shrimp. So if he's still in, he might be able to answer that. But I know a little bit about Neos, and Danny's pretty good with the Neos. I guess what was the question?
He said that it's grown over 3 inches long, so he's wondering what it is. I wonder if it's like a prawn. Does it have large pinchers in the front? Are they thick, small?
I was thinking that, or could be a bamboo shrimp too.
Yeah, but a bamboo would be brown or tan. If it's a ghost, I'm thinking it's probably clear. I don't know though.
He says it's clear in color.
Well, he said it was a ghost shrimp, so that's why I'm just. But maybe it's grown and gotten colored. Degenerate says it's probably a great big Amano.
That could be too. We have Amanos and they're completely clear, but I don't think we have any 3 inches long though. That's awful big.
Patrick Hardy wants to know: do we still have to call you President Kenny?
No. As a matter of fact, I never requested anybody to call me President Kenny. Like I said, it's nothing the club's done. It's just been more so just Danny and I wanting to get our hands. We're going to be doing a lot of work to the fish house this next year, and I just don't see us having time to be able to dedicate the time needed to do the positions in the club, what they're meant to be done. You know, there's a lot that goes to both of those positions, and it's a lot of time consumption. So and I might down the road if things slow down, you know, if they need help again, I might. But as of right now, it just isn't in the wheelhouse. So what I do, guys, is I always start with that razor blade, and then I'll go back with the neoprene sponge. These things are amazing. I mean, they just absolutely will just annihilate. Once you get it broke up, the rest of the algae that's left, this thing just tears it right off. Now, Danny and I aren't ones that take it off the sides. We like to leave some algae in the tank because we believe it is beneficial for your fish. That's why in a lot of our videos, you'll see the backs of our tanks are heavily covered in algae, and that's why. Some algae in the tank is beneficial for your fish. So what you got coming up this year?
Is here.
Hey, ABC, how are you?
And Joseph Stanley's here. They're both saying, and Eduardo said hi also.
What's going on, Eduardo? Welcome, Joseph. So what major events you got coming up, Ed? I know you're going to be going to a lot of them this year, aren't you?
Oh, boy, I am. I'm going to a whole mess of them. I've got
Aquacon's coming up,
here.
right?
Well, Aquashella's first. It's like in 2 or 3 weeks, and I got to order some
That's the one in Orlando?
Yep. I'm part of the YouTuber planning team, kind of, with Aquashella. So
yeah, I felt bad.
That's pretty cool. And I got...
When I was in...
What do you feel bad?
Well, when I was in St. Louis with Carrie, she had asked me if I'd be willing to be part of that. And unfortunately, at the time, I had to tell her no because I was pegged. With the Fishtoberfest but that sounds like fun.
Well,
I think you'll have fun doing
it. It's so far for you too. But yeah, I enjoyed it a lot last year, and I'm looking forward to this year. I'm going to be in charge of all the programming, so I'm like the producer of the show, or not producer of the show, the live stream.
So you're the one that's getting all the people that come up and.
Yep. Well, actually, Carrie's doing a lot of it too, but I'm the guy who's going to make sure that the cameras are running, they're in focus. If somebody asks a question, I can ask them, things like that. I'm also like, I'm buying a dry erase board. I'm going to make a dry erase board so everybody can see what YouTubers are talking at what time. And so because we're also setting up like a stage, so there's going to be chairs there. So you can go and ask live questions. We'll have a boom mic that you can go right up and you can be on camera if you want. If you don't have to. But you can ask whoever's up there whatever questions.
I don't like this. I told her a month ago, I don't like the heater she's got on right here. I want that out of there. I put 2 500-watt heaters in there, which I think is plenty. And I don't trust these heaters. These ones, I think they're called Stealth or something. I've had a lot of issues out of these over the last, I don't know if anybody else keeps these things.
There you go. I don't know. Ricky asks if I yell action and cut. I do this. And that's how it starts.
All I would have to admit is Ed just has to be Ed and everything else will work itself out.
Yeah, I did it in Dallas also, so it was fun. Fishy Dreams is in the house and says hi, guys.
What's up there, Fish Dreams? Good to see you. Oh, I'm already screwing up, Ed. Look at there. Cram this sucker full of sand. I got to hurry up and go cover my tracks because Danny freaks out when she sees a bunch of sand. That's wasteful, she says.
What did you cover with sand?
I didn't cover anything with sand. I just sucked a bunch of the sand out of the tank. It's probably on the back deck right now.
Oh.
All right. So we'll go down. I want to take this one today down to probably 70%. With discus, normally you don't want to go much more than 50. But I know my water and I know what it's going to come out at. And I know these guys will not freak out when I do a 70%. If you're new to the discus, probably plan on 30 to 50% a week. This one hasn't been done in 2 weeks, which is the other reason we're giving up the old presidency and a few other things that we're neglecting. Anytime my fish start getting neglected, I make changes in my life. That's just the way I am. But this one, today, I think we'll take it down to about 70% and give them a good, clean, fresh water today. But as you can see, since I'll get this flipped around. Been so long since I played on.
What's the pH of your water that you keep those guys in?
They're sitting at about 7.
Okay. And what temperature do you keep them?
84.
Oh, you like them nice and warm.
Oh yeah.
Now,
God, man, you know what? It's been so long since I've done it on this side that I've now forgotten how to flip this camera around.
I have no idea.
Anyway, can we see this Poca Staten that I'm talking about?
Yep.
Anyway, that has grown that much in less than a week.
Wow.
To give you guys an idea how much this light is helping now. And that's one of Danny's favorite plants. When it gets full grown, and this is really a good plant. It sits on top of the water, and then we'll make natural shade on top of the water as well. And then she's got a bunch of different red, some kind of crypts and a few other things in here. But my plan is, as you can see, we got all this extra space in here, is I would like to get some pieces of manzanita and maybe a couple pieces of that dragonstone just to give the discus, some places where they feel like they are a little isolated. And that's the goal today. And then get the 2 jerkfish out of here. And they're going to go upstairs, probably with my paratilapia in that one tank. And then eventually they're going to go to a fish store because they're not that great a looking fish to begin with. And if they're troublemakers, I don't see the point in keeping them around. It's one of those inspirational buys at Fishtoberfest. Somebody had a bag of them there, and I'm like, oh, these are cool. Then they grew up, and they're not so cool.
Yeah, that's how it always is.
But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to set this up yet. I'm not the scaper usually, but I do a lot of the hardscape. I think I'm going to set it up down on this end, and I'd like to get some little rock structures in here. And little crevices, because there are about 9 or 10 stervicori in here that I don't think are probably feeling too good either with not having a place to hide. I think what they've been doing are hiding under these bigger pieces of plant here. But I think if I get a few rocks in there, make some caves and whatnot, they'll enjoy life a lot better.
That's awesome.
All right. And while we're thinking about it, we're going to plug in the electric cord so I don't run out of power during the stream, huh? Oh, is the Father Fish going live today?
Oh,
I didn't think he streamed today. I'm not worried about it. Anybody that has to leave to go to another stream, you're not going to offend me. I'm not trying to stomp on anybody today, but I wanted to give my viewers this. I've had a few of you asking behind the scenes stuff, how we look and what we do when we're doing some of the tanks. Wanted to give you just a little piece. This is one of 79, but it happens to be one of the bigger ones set up at the moment. So I figured it'd be a perfect time to show you what all goes into it. And like I said, as you can see, Danny and I don't do bucket for bait or none of that. What I have right here are just 2 outtake hoses. They're going straight outside into the yard. Matter of fact, I'm watering our raspberries as we speak. So we have nice juicy raspberries with a little discus food flavor to it. It's going to be awesome next year. And before I end it, I will show you some of the guppies we got. I know you like the guppies.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Regis says hi.
What's going on, Regis? He's one of our Greater Portland Aquarium Society members. He's actually the acting secretary right now.
Oh, awesome.
He's the one I'd like to see to replace me as president, but unfortunately his schedule's even more pegged than mine, so time is not on his side. But we have quite a few pretty good people in our club. I'm sure we'll find somebody that can carry the torch. It's the only thing that's a trouble when you're on your phone, Ed, is trying to get that thing to sit pretty. I'm too lazy to go up and set up my gimbal.
Merrick says hi, and so does Mississippi Hippie.
What's going on, guys?
Boy, you're bringing in all the
Looks like I have a pretty good shot in that little jerk. So I think we will catch him, Ed, while we got the opportunity.
And I apologize if I missed anybody.
Ed, you know, I just thought about that. You're usually the one that needs somebody to watch your stream because you're not good about watching the chat either.
I've been watching you, and then I go, oh, I got to watch over here too.
Yeah, like I said, once in a while, if you see him come in, it ain't no big deal. I don't stress about it, buddy. Everybody knows we love them and we like them being here.
Ben Backstrom's here, and he's giving you a little wave.
What's going on, Ben? Well, Ed, I said I thought it was going to be easy, but in a 240 gallon, they got a lot of room to move, man. So needless to say, the little jerk got away. Once I get this hard part done and start filling, that's when I'll get serious about catching them. Because I don't want to be trying to catch them when it's full meal deal in here. Man, these little guys, for such a weird shaped fish, got some game on swimming. So we got about 20% more to go, and then we'll be done with that part. I've already done the front glass. Don't have to do the FX4 this time because I did that on the last one. I do it every other month. And then sponge filters are looking good. So that part's going to be easy today. But under normal terms, if it's been a while, oof. I usually do that while I'm filling. I'll start cleaning out filters and whatnot. Man, I got all kinds of plant buildup on this one side, and all the we have a lot of Malaysian trumpet snails in this tank. And they're just having a good old time. But some of this looks like it's just seedlings or something. It don't look like it's all bad. What do you think, Ed?
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff.
I think I'll put it in a smaller tank. It was
bottom.
But it's like there's little holes.
They're just sticking on that. It'll grow. I'm always pulling those things out of my sponge filters. I
think I'll just stick them in one of these other tanks for right now. It doesn't seem to be very happy in this tank. It was uprooting itself, and although those little Sterbai are notorious for rooting around and everything.
Our favorite Canadian is here, Sandy Doherty, and she says hi.
What's up, Sandy?
And Stephen P would like you to say hello to him.
I said hello to you, Stephen.
Maybe it was me that didn't say hello to him. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
I think he just wanted me to say hello to him.
Snoochie Booch, what's going on? Now, Snoochie Booch lives, I think it's in either Montana or Wyoming.
Yep.
And I think, if I remember right, I think he came to Fishtoberfest last year, if I remember right.
That's awesome.
And he's wanting to become a member of Greater Portland Aquarium Society. So what I'm doing now, guys, is I like to go around. Normally I'd be working on that too, but I had that algae to deal with. But I like to go and try to get as much of the excess gunk I see on the bottom sucked up through this hose. Get as much of that out of there as I can. I don't get a lot of detritus in this tank. I don't know what's in here that keeps it at bay, but it's mostly plant matter is what I get a lot of in here. And I think that's because of the poor lighting we had on the tank. That a lot of it peeled back. I am thinking about getting a couple of geos to put in here though, because they do an even better job of. Now I just lost a section on that one.
I just gave myself brain freeze.
I think I'm just going to take that one off because I really don't need it. We're almost there anyway.
Glitch says hi.
How you doing, Glitch?
New local law.
So now we'll start trying to play with this. Start figuring out a way if it's going to fit or not fit. I don't know, buddy. I think it's going to be just a little tall.
Oh, you can do this.
If I go
Pull
that. Well, I've
Just
got
go get
I can't have any pieces sticking off the edge.
Oh.
This is what goes on top. Just one solid piece.
Do you have
And I
a
really
skill
don't feel
saw?
like cutting today.
Do you have a skill saw?
I think so.
I think the fans would love to see Kenny E use a skill saw.
What, are you guys wanting to see me at the hospital today? Huh? Because that's probably what would happen, Ed. Actually, I think I got it, Ed. It's going to fit. There we go. But it's not really what I was hoping. So that's not the piece for me.
Well, do you have a clipper? Just clip it.
I didn't like the way it didn't look what I was hoping for.
Okay. Well, that's totally fair. I know, Select Pet. I was trying. I don't think he can hear us right now. And I was actually surprised that he said he had a skill saw, because I'm like, I don't think that Danny would let him use one. But you never know. So he's doing it. Yep, we're still here.
All
John
right,
from Select Pet's here. I don't know if did you say hi to John from Select Pet and Mike from New Local
Hello,
Austin?
John. So my earphones, because I went out of range, decided to take a crap on me.
Yep, you're going to have to reset them.
That's no biggie. Generally, you don't like to do that with wet hands, though. So we will do this, and then I'll shut it, and I'll put it back on, and hopefully when I reopen it and hit the button, it will start working here.
New Local Austin is wondering if there's anybody nearby that can stop bleeding, just in case when you have your accident.
Well, for some reason, I'm going to lose my ear pods now. You hear me okay without them?
Yep.
I can hear you guys just fine, so I guess we'll just roll with it.
Okay. Well, New Local Austin wants to know if there's anybody there that can stop the bleeding when you cut yourself.
Danny's here at the moment, but
cool.
I got a pretty good life insurance policy on me, so I'm sure she'll just let me bleed out.
Well, how about the in-laws? Would you be able to run over there?
Oh yeah, they're right next door.
See, that's good. I like this one actually better. I like how this one is a darker brown.
And this one's got a lot more cool, like, hanging branches is what I want something that Discus can go in and just hang out,
Sure. Now, where do you get these pieces of wood? Where did you forage for these, or did you buy these pieces of wood?
These are the ones that you guys were watching our channel the weekend of Fish Poker Fest. These are the ones that Lucas and my wife went over and got.
Very cool. I thought Lucas sold it all. I didn't know there was anything left over for you guys.
Minute pieces left. Mr. Accident Pro Kenny just knocked all the air filters off back here.
Foxy Fish wants to let you know that she's going to mail you a Kensident patch in the mail for your boo-boo that you're going to be getting here soon.
A what patch?
A Kensident.
Oh.
Connexident. I'm not very good at saying it. I hear Danny say it. Cat.
Well, I'm liking that. This actually turned out this one. What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got the piece of...
I really like the curve in the back half, too.
So now I got to go find a piece to match, and I'll put it on this side. So I will be right back, Ed.
Now, that's not going to take too much swimming space from the discus, will it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool.
I just think that it's been needing something because there's not a lot of shelter in here for the catfish nor the discus. Discus do like to hang in either tall grass or trees. So I wanted to get something in here to make them feel more comfortable, where they feel like they've got, a hiding spot almost.
Now, are these the discus that you found on Craigslist?
No. Those discus I long got rid of.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to get rid of them in the first week or couple of days, Ed, because the bigger discus were trying to kill them.
Oh, bummer.
So I didn't want to risk losing him. So all right, I think that's all the more water we're going to take out for today. So that part's done. So when I'm going out there, Ed, I'm going to see if I can find one more piece of wood to go with this. And I'll be right back.
Hey, Patty, we heard you were really into the Olympics this week. Hopefully America is doing really good. I haven't paid any attention to it. When I found out the pro hockey players weren't going to be there, I just kind of lost interest in the hockey. Figure skating scares the crap out of me, especially when they're holding the girl and they're winging her head towards the ice over and over. It's like, oh my God, I don't know how people can handle watching that. But they do. And I used to always like bobsledding, but after you've seen it once, it's kind of done. It's just, whew, and that's it. Oh, don't say that, Adele. There are people that like the Olympics. I wonder what Kenny's going to bring in. If he's going to bring in a bunch of branches, like a bushy one. Oh, no, it's kind of more of a thicker one.
So I found this one. Not that big gut. Anyway, what I like about it, it's got this nice flat end that I can bury, and then at the top part it'll look like this.
I kind of like the fat end that you want to bury.
That didn't sound too good.
Sunset Jen, good to have you here.
I don't know, buddy. This might be too big again.
They sell these really cool sharp chains that you put in both fingers, and then you just go to the wood and cut it in half. That's what you need. Oh, Bunny Viper's here. Did we know that?
Hello, Bunny Viper. What do you think, Ed? I don't know, man. I don't know if I like it.
Can we see a farther back view? I don't know if I like it going the opposite direction from the first one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's not
like if a tree fell over, it'd go. But normal, unless you want to say the tree got hit by lightning and fell apart from each other.
Get this one light out of the way so I can actually maneuver stuff. And then we'll take this lengthwise like this, and we'll give it a. Try not to destroy my wife's plants in the meantime.
Kenny, not Kenny, John from Select Pet, I would say it's okay, but it's a little thin and twisted for my taste.
How's that, Ed?
I like how it's got the arch. It's making an arch.
What's nice about manzanita is that almost instantly it won't take much to keep it down. So with that being said, our next step will be I'll go and get some dragon stone. First, I need to unplug this FX4 because it stopped running, and that will create problems later for me.
Hi, Dave. Glad to have you here.
So I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a couple dragon stones to finish this, and we'll start filling.
Nice. So if anybody came here late, what Kenny's doing is he's rescaping and doing maintenance on his Discus tank. He did a 70% water, or he's doing a 70% water change, and he's getting his rocks to put in there. I guess you guys probably heard that. But this is going to be a big surprise for his lovely lady, Danny. Hey, Fishyman, I'm glad to see you here. It's always great to have you here, my friend. And I don't even know. I'm not in on YouTube, so I don't know how many people are here. But, oh my gosh, someone gave $1.49 super sticker, and I've got no way to, well, wait, maybe I click on it. Let's see what happens. Oh, Adele gave him a sticker. Okay, I'll make sure that he knows. Thank you so much. Sorry, I almost missed that. I see.
Mine ain't too large, but I got a couple of good sized ones here.
Now, did you rinse those off so there's no clay on them?
Danny already did that.
All right, that's great. Adele gave you $1.49 sticker from Australia.
Thank you, Adele.
Unfortunately, I don't know what the sticker looks like because I'm not on YouTube. But if you guys that are, give them a thumbs up.
All right, nothing fancy there. That gives the catfish a little something to hide in.
I like that. That looks good, Kenny.
Now, before I start filling, I want to get the 2 jerkfish out of here. And I'm actually going to turn the lights where I can see now. Oh. There's the lights on. You can start to see the shape of those. I think that's going to be very nice for the discus to hang in.
Heck yeah.
I think they'll enjoy that. But I wasn't thinking I should have let the tank drain more, caught the 2 jerkfish, and then went back and did the. But you know me, Ed. I'm always out of sync on everything, man. I'm like, get it done, and forget that I'm on a project here. Hey, woohoo!
Oh, there you go. You caught one.
So anyway, these are the little jerks I'm talking about. They are cool looking little fish, but.
Oh, a little to the left. Down. There we go.
Just a little festivum, whatever you call them. I call them little jerkfish.
Where
so anyway, I'm going to go up with the parrot tilapia.
Oh, okay. One of our favorite Filipinos is here. Kim, and is it Kim and Mushi? Is that how you say that? Or Mumshi? I apologize, Kim. I used to be on a Filipino hockey team, roller hockey team. They asked me to play with them because they were really good at skating and stuff, but it was a Czech league or semi-Czech league, and they're really getting beat up because they're kind of smaller guys. So they asked me and my friend Jeff Hook to join the team, and we were just goons. And it was so much fun just knocking people over. It was great. Did you hear me that that Kim's here? Kim Mushin? Am I saying that right? Kim Mushin?
Hey, Kim Mushi.
Mushi.
Kim Manana. How are you? Let's see here. Now I have the other ones figured out he's in trouble, so he is hauling butt. He's figured out he's a target. Now he is trying his best to get away.
I think T-Bone was pretty impressed by that catch you had because he sent you a $5 super sticker. And can somebody tell us what the super sticker looks like?
I can't see it on my end. Thank you so much, T-Bone. And we have got number 2 in my hand, Ed.
Very good. So I'm
gonna start feeling when I get back.
A Czech language. What does that mean? Oh, they're talking about my people now, I think. Or maybe it's just, maybe John just did that because he knew my eyes would go focus straight to Czech. I have no idea what that meant. I guess I'm missing it. But that's cool. And Jimmy P, it's good to see you here. I know you've been here longer, but I don't know if I got to say hi to you. I was planning on trying to catch your show Saturday, and I ended up forgetting that my stupid cell phones aren't coordinated. So I wasn't able to listen to it on the way over to Bob's house. What you got there in your hand?
So this is what Danny and I use for all of our tanks, as far as getting rid of chlorine and all the other nasties. But what's amazing about this stuff, and I'll take you guys, like we separate them by section, but right now in this lower section, I would say there's close to 55 tanks, maybe 60. And that bottle right there, what you can see, it's not that big, right? That will do water changes for all these tanks for about 6 months.
Wow. How much does a bottle like that run?
240 gallon. And all I use for a 240 is a little pinch like this.
Oh, you just measure it with your finger.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that if you're not used to being, I've been doing it long enough as I know how much it roughly takes.
Oh, I see. You actually pinched it. You didn't just lick your finger and stick it in there. And
no, I pinched it. Yeah, if you lick your fingers, then I don't think that if it tastes anything like a smell, you're not going to have a very good day, I don't think. So I'll get the...
now, what was that rubber band on there for?
So Danny and I do not do buckets whatsoever. So what I have, and as you can notice, hold on. So it's just a Python hooked up down here. Now what we did to modify this, because we got 2 different Pythons, one for upstairs, one for downstairs, is we put quick releases on these. Takes 2 hands to get them though.
That's what I have on my sink too.
I'll show you what this looks like. So basically it just pops out. See, we got a little female end, our male end, and we just plop it in the hole and we're back to being hooked up. Which makes it easy, man.
I did that exact same trick.
It's a lifesaver.
It is. But the bad thing is it has made my faucet loose. I need to tighten it down again because I've done it so many times. My faucet's now loose on the sink.
For the lower section, we keep, we got one 75-footer, and then for the upper tanks, because we have a lot more space to cover, we, and then basically what I do for the upper tank, see it's hooked up and it goes right up through the laundry chute so we can do the upper tank. So we don't have to do the bucket brigade. So, and then I keep a thermometer right down here by the tank, or the what I'm doing right now is just making sure I'm at 84.
T-Bone says he's got to take the dog out for a walk, but he says the tank is looking good, Kenny.
Thanks, Steve-O. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good day, mate. I appreciate everybody that came in today for a pop-up stream.
Alex said that safe is a lot more of a valuable or a value for cheaper than prime.
It's cheaper than prime, and it will last you probably 3 months longer than prime. All right. Man.
Bishop Borello, I probably messed that up. I'm sorry. Bishop Borello wants to know, is anybody here from Russia? My family's Czech. It's not Russian. And this guy here, he's a Viking, I think.
I'm Norwegian. Norse person. All right, so now we've got the hose in. We'll start filling that up. And I've done all my work already, so now we're just going to watch it fill. What I'll be looking out for now is I want to make sure because this is new wood I want to be in, that's going to be going in here. I want to see how much residue it kicks off the wood. I sprayed it pretty good outside when we took it in, but I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of sediment that's going to be coming on the top of the water, and I'll try to get most of that out before I start back up all the filtration.
Now, do you have to worry about any floating or anything with this wood?
No. Like I said, it's light enough, Ed, where I'll show you what I did here. For now, until it sets, see how I just basically just leaned that dragonstone on top, and then once it's good and set, and I've also got the lower part of it buried in the ground. Then on this side, I did the same thing, and that dragonstone will keep it down. Now, Danny's probably going to come down and see everything I've done and say I don't like it, and they'll probably all be new by Sunday.
I think it looks really cool.
But I wanted to get something in here for these discus, man. I think a lot of their issues right now are because they don't feel safe. And this will allow them to have a place to hang out, not have to feel threatened.
Paul says that he was in Petco today picking up some food and saw 60 breeders. You know, Bob and I were at a Petco yesterday, and I think we found an 80 breeder, and we were shocked with the different breeder sizes that they're bringing in. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Those 60s are neat.
And this is the part that's pain when I go to put this back on. Usually I'll have Danny down because I got to lift the lights and the heaters and all that back up. But it's cheap lid if you want a cheap lid where you don't have to spend a lot of money. I think we paid $35 for that is all. Versus for a 240, you're probably looking at what, 75, 80 bucks for a nice glass lid?
Yep. That's awesome. I use that stuff too. I love
it. So then I'm going to grab a chair because all we're doing now is just going to be filling. I got all the fish out of there. We got our wood in there. I've already got the glass good.
I don't know if Paul said how much it was, Patrick. I think it was Patrick that was saying how much were those tanks. I think they were at $160 because Bob and I were both saying, man, we got to see if our local ones have them. And when they go half price, maybe we'd pick them up. One each.
All right. Now here, I got a good spot to prop. Ugh. And there we go. Now we're just waiting for this bad boy to fill up, and we are on our way. Now I can see chat too. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming up today and helping me out with that. I appreciate it.
Oh, excuse me. It was a lot of fun.
Jimmy P, how are you? New local Austin. I don't think it said hello to you.
Oh, I may have called him Mike on accident.
Now you've met him in person, haven't you?
I have. And he was a walrus one day. And YouTube doesn't have walruses to put when people make comments. So I always give him a baby seal. I wonder if he's ever noticed that. He gets a little white seal when I talk to him. But that's just because I'm goofy. But yeah, so I've got Aquashella here in 2 weeks coming up. Then I'm having open heart surgery, Kenny, the next week. I'm going to finally get my heart fixed.
Well, that's good.
Yep. And I probably won't do anything for a month because I'll be recovering. And then I'll have Aquaticon. And then, Scott just gave you a gift or a $10. You want to read that or you want me to? What's up, brother? Love you,
What's
man.
going on, King of Queens? He says, Kenny, what up, brother? Love you, man. We love you too there, Scott. Appreciate you. Now, if y'all didn't see, he dropped a video this morning on his doe guy.
I started watching that, and then I had to leave for the trip. So,
and I encourage people to check out his Facebook as well, because he's been putting up some amazing art. Glad to see him chasing his love for photography. Everybody should do what they should do, man.
Sure.
Stop. You have amazing pictures, dude. I don't know why you're so modest all the time.
That magazine that took pictures of my fish, they sent me a photo of one that they're going to use and said, could you identify this fish? And I'm like, of all the fish pictures to pick, I don't know. They picked like mutt endlers. They're going to use that photo for one of the magazine prints. And I'm like, oh, man. You couldn't pick one of my cool guppies. This is like I take from my Met endlers. This is my red tank where I put the red endlers in just to kind of see what I can get, to push. Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe they'll have some good shots. But the guy forgot to bring his macro lens. And so I asked him if he wanted to borrow mine. He said no. And then at the end, he said, well, what type? And it was the right, because we both use Nikons. And it was like, oh well.
And I understand Skipper and Rico will be doing an auction this Saturday on behalf of Vahe from Color Guppies.
That's awesome.
Now, guys, how's that going to work? I would be willing to donate fish, but my problem is Danny and I, the reason we haven't been selling of late is because we are having issues with FedEx. And I don't know if I would trust the post office to get some of my cichlids to anyone. So I don't know how you all are shipping or what that's going to be about or what that's going to entail. But
I had the same issues with FedEx. I had to send a betta to someone, and they wouldn't send a betta. And I'm like, it's a betta. That's one fish I feel comfortable. And they didn't do it. I had to go to
ours. They just gangsters shut us off.
Yeah.
They said, nope, no more discounts for you. I mean, Danny and I were at our prime, were able to ship anywhere in the United States, a large box for 40 and a small box for 20, overnight shipping FedEx. And then all of a sudden, oh, you're doing it for a business. No, we told you up front what we were going to be doing. So she's in argument with them. We're trying to get it straightened out. I'm going to be crushed if I can't do it, because that's one of the reasons Danny and I used to not risk our fish by selling them online because we didn't want issues. Because I've lost my share of fish to the post office, losing them in the mail for up to a week, and there goes my fish. And it's not, I worry more about the fish than I do the money, to be truthful. I mean, the fish mean more to me than any money would.
Yeah.
But guppies and shrimp, I would feel comfortable sending. I mean, you put one per bag, they can last a couple weeks in the bag, really. But I just don't know. I've got some Turkana jewels I could donate, and I've got some couple different lines of guppies, a couple other things. But again, I would have to talk to Rico and Skipper and find out what the shipping arrangement's going to look like. I might just end up saying to heck with it and donate to Vahey's cause and just call it good. But
well, yeah, for sure. I don't know what I'll do. I'm going to try to figure something out. But going back to FedEx, they told me that I couldn't send fish unless I had a business. They didn't want normal people sending fish.
Sunset Jen says she was expecting something from Utah. Usually takes 10 days. It's been 3 weeks.
Oh, no. That's a bummer. I've got a friend that breeds rams in Utah. He's a pretty cool guy in Salt Lake City. But
What's going on? He says he's lurking and working.
I did use UPS now, Stephen P, because Stephen P, UPS doesn't let you down.
I've already given that away for the year. Danny, I don't think you'll let me put up another one.
Well, you could always get a second job.
I don't like the job I have now.
I know, you poor guy.
But I'm a realist. I can't quit my job. Still got to have a little extra income coming in.
Yep, I wish I could figure something out for you, buddy.
You're going to the ACA Triple Crown too, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That's going to be good to see you and James again. I was wanting to go to Aquaticon, but with the new job, I don't think I'll be able to swing it now.
Yeah, I don't like how Danny said you don't have vacation. Will you after a year?
I'm already taking a week for the ACA and another 4 days for Fishtoberfest, and I wanted to get one more trip into to see my family, but I don't know if I'll be able to see them this year now.
You just got another $5 super chat from Scott. So, Kenny, anything new in the fish room? Well, I kind of made that rhyme, but anything new in the fish tanks? Anything big fish-wise? That's what he said.
The only thing new, let's see, King and Queens. Well, the jerks I just took out of here, Scott, took off the festivs or whatever they're called. Festivum. You know how to say it? Festivum? I never always screw that.
Festiums?
Those guys I just moved out of here up with the Barrett tilapia. They managed to kill my beautiful, brand new, well, it's not brand new, it's about 6-month-old pigeon blood discus, my nicest one in here. I found him dead this morning when I was getting ready to turn on lights. So, and then, of course, I think you already knew about the Exodons. And we got some buffalo head cichlids. What else did I give recently that you would have known? The peacock gudgeons, or they're not peacock, the banded gudgeons.
Now, have you and Scott made any plans to make another video together?
Right now, Scott's taking a little time off. He's pursuing his photography, which I 100% stand behind him. If you've been watching him and checking out the videos and Facebook posts, he's really getting back into it. Hi there, fish tits.
I wanted to read that one to you.
I mean, come on now, we're the Danica stream, so we're not as uptight as some streams. As long as it's somewhat clean, I'm happy.
I smirked when I read it, and I was just like, I'm going to read it as soon as he stops talking.
Oh, you would expect nothing less from Rico now, would you really?
Too funny. Oh, gosh.
But I figure this thing should be about filling by about 3 o'clock at 3:15, and we'll probably call it a stream, baby.
Sounds good, and I'll go and eat some turkey.
Oh, you got turkey?
Yeah, one thing with living with your mom and dad, old people eat super early in the day. So I do all their driving for them. So I took Dad all over the place. Well, while I was doing that, Mom was making a turkey dinner.
Oh, wow. So your food's getting cold right now?
Oh, but I'm all right. It's all good.
Yeah, it's the first time you and I've streamed together in a while.
It has been.
Well,
we had one where Rika wasn't feeling good, and you came on. And I think you was with Lefty also on my stream.
Yeah, we had a good one there, and then I think I did one with Rico too, and you were up. Fantastic Freaks, thank you for a $3 super sticker. Can't see what it is y'all are sending us today, but we appreciate you.
Skipper said that, Kenny, can you give him a call about it? Give him a call
I'll give you a call, Skip.
Oh, I'm glad you knew what that was about.
I think he's talking about, because I was asking about the fish auction.
Oh, okay, I got you. So is it actually going to be a fish auction?
Yep. And all proceeds will be going to Color Guppy.
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you there, Matt, with Liquid Zoo. He says it was a fish pump sticker. Don't burn it now there, Scott. Scott says it's time to cook.
I wonder what time it is in the Philippines right now.
Let's see. Philippines, aren't they?
Be it probably 4 hours from you?
From me, I would say it's like 8 hours, but they're ahead of us, right? Or are they behind us?
Well, no, they're ahead of you. Because right now it's 5:52 here.
Yeah, and I'm 3 o'clock almost here, so.
So I bet you it's... Oh, but because of the international dateline. Oh my gosh, that makes it confusing. It might already be another day. I don't know which side.
There he is. It's 6:52 a.m. in the Philippines.
A.m., so it is another day.
So Kim must get up early, man.
Yeah, she doesn't play.
Yeah, I get a kick going over to her stream, man. She cracks me up with all the little gadgetry she's got going on.
Yep.
She's like the Philippine version of Stephen P's stream.
Yep. If Stephen P didn't already have Jenna P, she'd make a great co-host with him.
Well, I thought they do stream together occasionally.
Kim? Oh, I don't know.
Are you talking about his wife?
Oh, yeah, I meant if he didn't have Jenna.
Oh. Well, we all know what Danikins would be like if Danny wasn't part of it.
Yeah, there wouldn't be much laughing.
No.
It'd be very somber, and people just look at your feet.
We'd be like, okay, this fish right here.
But I do like how you've added a Nico. There's my Nico. He's sleeping behind the camera. I know. Could you see him? I couldn't really tell.
So, Ed, what did you decide to do? Because I saw the beautiful piece you made for your Cravatat.
Oh.
So are you going to have it somewhat submerged, or is it going to be?
It's only going to be 3 inches of water.
Okay.
So, and I'm actually going to make a second one, and I'm going to do the second one, like the skeleton on this week's episode. And then the 20 longs or the 20 talls will fit together, and it'll look like an island. So I've made one half already. And I just thought people would think it was really boring, me zip tying this stuff, because they would have no idea what I was actually doing. So I thought I would actually do the skin first, and then this week they can see how I make the skeleton and then I'll spray it.
How you doing, Wendy? There's Chris's wife, the multi-take addiction.
Oh, hi, Wendy. Have you seen any good movies lately?
So, Ed, I can't help but to notice it looks like you've went from red to brown now. Is that because the Chiefs lost the championship?
It is. The Chiefs got arrogant and lost.
So you took away the red, huh?
Yep. They don't deserve to be on my face. I'm not pulling the magnets off my cars or off my truck, so it's still a Chiefs truck. But, yep. Doggone. That's how it goes. So were you surprised to see me with brown?
Well, I noticed it the other night, and I was like, nah, it must just be the camera. And then I'm sitting here looking at you now, and it's definitely brown. I'm like, oh, he changed his beard.
Well, all the white stuff is still pink or red. So once that goes away, it'll probably look a lot more natural, you know? But because it seems like the brown only goes on the darker hair, but it doesn't stick to the white stuff.
Snoochie Booch says he thought you were just tired of drinking red hair dye.
Yeah.
And Select Peck said Kenny should grow a goatee and dye it purple. No, I would not look pretty with a goatee, feller.
You know, the little girls love it. I get compliments from 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds all day long. Your beard's cool. As they walk by me at Walmart or somewhere. It's like, thanks, little kid.
And this is the pain about these big tanks, dude. It's just sit here and takes forever. Like we're still only at 3/4.
And what size tank is this again?
This one's the 240.
240, wow.
Yeah, this one's, and I like now that it's underwater, that Manzanita starting to look even better.
Oh, that looks super nice.
But if you notice, where's the discus hanging? Right by the Manzanita wood.
Yep.
Which I thought they would do. This piece, I think, is going to look really nice once it's under. I will be glad when it's for sure sinking, though, because I don't like that rock up against it. It's taken away from the wood's features there.
Yeah, but it's still nice.
Uh-oh.
It's nice wood.
Somebody's not happy.
Uh-oh. Flick him in the head.
He's
Pound
just
on the
sitting over
glass.
here, all kinds of mad. He ain't liking being there. Uh-oh. This is something you guys don't get to see very often in this thing. Can you all see those, Ed? The two little stir-by sitting there?
Yep, go a little to your right.
My right?
Yeah, right there.
Not very often you see them in this tank.
Oh, there they go. Oh, no, they didn't.
They seem to be liking the new structure.
Yeah.
That's good. But I want to get about another 20 to 25 of those for in there. That's the only thing I don't have a lot of in this tank is a cleanup crew.
But you said it stays pretty clean, didn't you?
It stays clean, and I think that is the these gold barbs. These guys are real prolific about sucking off the bottom. But I would like to get a few more. I got to figure out a warm water pleco that I can put in there. Oh, Ed, we came close, dude. We almost did another griffin stream right there. I missed it by that much. It almost landed right into the little Mexican live bear tank.
That good yet?
I forget. These are what they're called. Tell me when you can see the lettering, Ed.
I can't. Oh, yeah. X not to taco at Naxtato door. Oh, door. Yeah, those things.
But anyway, I had 1 male and 4 females. Ooh, that's cool. What is that?
That was the question of the night. That was what I needed help with. I thought it was a yellow rainbow, but yellow rainbows kind of have more of a black line down their body. And so Lucas gave me 2 names, and somebody on the rainbow page said that they were yellow Bosemani. But it's still a juvenile female. So it's just, but they didn't have it labeled on the tank. And when I asked the girl, she said it was a Molly. And I should have bought it. I should have bought them all. They had like 4 or 5 of them in there. And I said, Molly, okay, I'll buy some of those Mollies. Because I knew they weren't Mollies. But I wasn't a hoser, so I didn't do it. Uh-oh, I wonder if he's lost us. Can you still hear me, Kenny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pulsatero, we do have Mapani wood in quite a few of our tanks. I don't have any in here, which is a good idea, but I don't, Danny doesn't like the look of the Mapani wood. And this is technically is her tank. Besides, I like it better for my fish. Because I keep a lot of different plecos and catfish, and I like to wedge it up with a little bit of a rock and make all kinds of cool little crevices.
These were the things that Lucas said it was.
Well, I tell you what, Lucas knows a lot. The only other person other than Lucas that I know is very big on them is Bentley Pascal.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say Gary Lang.
Well, Gary Lang, of course. Everybody knows he knows a thing or two.
Yeah, well, I just don't want to talk to Gary.
Man, I'll tell you what, I do like the way this stuff is starting to set off all the green in the tank. Just having the wood in there, see how it's making these plants pop?
Yeah, it does. It looks really neat.
And them discus are popping. Look at that orange one.
Now, what do you feed these guys?
They get a little bit of everything. We have special pellets that we use just for the discus. I could grab that while I'm thinking about it.
Is it a high protein diet?
It's from Extreme, but it's basically natural intense coloring. But what I like about them, anybody that keeps discus know they got tiny little mouths, and if you can see, these pellets are super tiny.
Oh, is it the nice?
Yeah, it's called nice.
Yep, that's I feed my Synodontis that.
But that's what we feed these guys then I give them flake, spirulina powder once in a while, and then they get bloodworm and brine. And once in a great while, I'll give them some mysis shrimp. And the mysis shrimp I do very sparingly because they end up eating just a couple pieces of it, and that is stuff that will play havoc on your ammonia levels if you could leave some of that festering in behind a plant or something. But I'm actually more I'm looking at this. I'm starting to dig it now. I think that wood is going to do exactly what I wanted it to do. I've already started to get some of that floater stuff that I was talking about. So I'm going to start getting that with the net. We'll try not to have a cracking experience for our viewers today, Ed. You still there?
Yeah, I was trying to think what you were trying to say. And then it came to me and I appreciate it.
We don't need any krakens.
Yep. No plumbers today.
No plumbers, no sir. The other thing we can do while I'm waiting is I can get this bird starting to get the air out of it.
Bunny Viper would like to know a little bit more about Safe. Where can you get that?
Get what?
Your Safe? Your water dechlorinator?
Danny and I buy it right off of Amazon. You just look up Safe Aquarium water purification or whatever. However, you just put Safe, S-A-F-E, and you can find that on Amazon usually. Good stuff. It will last you a very long time. And the thing I can't express enough, you've got to be very sparingly with it. One thing, the only bad thing about using Safe, if you put too much, it can cause havoc on your tank. Now, what's Rico giving you? Fantastic Freak says, Rico said, no, it's Ed's turn.
I don't know.
Oh, he's going to be having Madrul on him.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, that's very exciting. You don't ever see that guy on anything.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show tonight. I've got my Aquashella meeting tonight, so I don't know if I'll be able to catch much of it, but I'll try because that's definitely cool. And I have no problem with Gary Lang, and he is the Indiana Jones of the fish community. But I've known him for 30 years, and he never said hi to me for the first 20, so I don't want to say hi to him now. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah, I'm real pleased the way this came out.
Yeah, that looks super good.
It's not even because of the looks. It's just the discus are already starting to hang by that wood, which on the other side down here, they're all just hanging in it. Which that's what I was hoping for. So now they feel like they got a nice little safe shelter, see?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
That one's stressed right now.
I love the blue on it.
He's almost paled out now. That's when you know a discus is really scared. See how he don't even look blue. He almost looks pink now. But that's the one that those jerks killed. This one's brother that I had. And the other one was even better looking than that one. Now I got to go spend $70 to $80 for a new replacement. Those pigeon bloods aren't cheap usually. And I can't go very small or else these bigger ones will kill them. That's the other thing I'll mention too while I'm doing this. I don't think you guys can see behind me, but if you are doing an FX6 or FX4, it's totally normal for them to shut off. They'll turn on for a moment and then they'll shut off. And what it's doing is it's purging the air out of the system for you.
Kenny told me that. I was wondering, because the first time I set up my FX6, I was wondering what was going on, and I called Kenny up, and that was exactly what he told me. I don't know if you remember that.
I actually, the first time that I had that happen to me, Ed, I actually got upset and took it back to the place I bought it, only to find out it was supposed to do that. So I put those people through hell, got a new machine. It was actually what it was supposed to be doing. So,
Chevy Fish, she said hi to you too, Kenny.
Hey, how's it going, Chevy? Oh, Rico, he says it's never a good stream until we get some Kenny. Cracking.
Yep. Well, there's been no coincidence. Did I say it better this time? Coincidence?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm no Danny. I wish I was, but I'm not.
What's going on, Crown Tail? Yeah, I think these guys are going to be a lot happier now.
That's awesome. Oh, I thought that was your sticker right there.
You thought it was yours that you had?
I thought it was this sticker. Let's see if I can get it the same size.
Remind me, Ed, when we're down there, I've got new stickers because the original ones I had, I found out aren't waterproof. So I got waterproof ones now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I try to be careful that I don't, because a lot of the stickers aren't waterproof. So I just try to be careful with them when I do water changes on those tanks. If I'm going to do a lot like pulling plants and stuff, I just pull the stickers off because I don't want to tear them up. Crown Tail Half Moon, good to see you. Thank you for coming and spending your day with Kenny E.
You know what's interesting is now the Denison sharks, where they normally are cruising back and forth very fast, now they're just kind of chilling out and going in between the wood as well. They're not nearly as spastic as they normally are.
Let's see. Stephen P says his is waterproof. Where the
Yeah,
heck is?
Stephen P. When I first did mine, I didn't even think about waterproof stuff.
Maybe his doesn't magnet very well. I don't see Stephen P's a magnet.
How many are you up to now, Ed?
Oh, here it is. Mine are waterproof too.
Nice.
That's Stephen P. Well,
You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I have Stephen P's yet.
I love this. Oh, I gotta buy a Stephen P shirt. Have you seen those shirts that he's made, Kenny, with all the fish that his kids have drawn? Stephen P's.
Well, I know during the stream he does those little giveaways where you have to guess the fish that was being drawn. So if you guys are just tuning in, what I've done today is I'm doing a water change anyway, and I added some dragonstone and some manzanita to this tank because I felt that the discus were stressing out because they didn't have a lot of shelter in their tank. So I added a couple pieces of manzanita in here and a couple pieces of dragonstone to give more sight breaks and structure for them. And I'm hoping this makes them happier now. And as you guys will notice, this section I left open, and I did that on purpose because I like the intake to still have a good flow, or outtake, I guess. And then on this side, we got lots of room as well for the FX6 or FX4 to do its job. Well, Ed, I guess this thing's taking longer than I thought. You don't have to stay the whole time, though, buddy.
Oh, it's cool. Degenerate said he wanted one of my stickers. So just text me on Facebook and Facebook message me, and I'll send you one. I'll also send. I've got 56 stickers behind me, and I think I've got a couple that I haven't stuck up yet. And then I also have the
We're going to do ours on one of the doors to our fish room.
Yeah, that's smart. That's pretty cool. I have a couple of ideas for my doors that I want to do for the fish room. And now I'm starting another fish room too. I just haven't built the walls yet. Well, I've built it's got 3 out of the 4 walls. I have a liquid stew sticker here. Kablam. The smallest sticker that anybody has is the fish tank barn. It's like a key thing, something you put on your keys.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but compare it to yours. He gets like 10 or 12 out of one compared to one of yours.
I don't know, though, Ed. I think that mine might be too big almost.
It is pretty big. This is a really neat one. Do you have this one?
Yeah, I've got redfish.
Look at the fish in the bag. They're colored. Red and blue fish. I love that. But this is probably the coolest of them all. Is Mike's. Mike's is so cool. And Rico's is one of those fancy pants ones too.
Yeah, Rico's is funny.
I wonder if Rico and Father Fish would have a baby, what would it look like?
And mine goes places mine won't.
Very similar. And did Father Fish have a ponytail? I think he had a ponytail.
I think he did wear it back in a ponytail a couple of the times, like we were collecting and stuff, didn't he?
Yeah. So Father Fish actually Is there a chance that Father Fish and Rico could be the same guy? Just saying. They could be brothers of other mothers. Ah, put that up there. Oh, but this is a pretty cool one right there.
Everybody likes Foxies.
Yeah. The sexy chick on it.
Yeah, I don't know how she got my wife to do that for her.
I don't know. Pretty cool. And this one's Sister Rena's. Her kids made this and then put tape on it. So
that's cute, actually.
It's actually really cute. Like they just made it from paper and put double back stick tape. And it was like their first one, and they sent it to me, and I thought that is so cool. So that was pretty neat.
Now you're giving Rico a complex.
Rico?
Father Fish.
Oh, he did say something. We are friends, Rico. I've met you now twice in Florida. I'm just teasing. But I have got to hang out with Father Fish twice in Florida. And he's a tough guy. He cut his hand open. He stood up on the third level of boxes. And then he came down and cut his hand wide open. And nobody had Band-Aids. So he took duct tape and wrapped his hand in duct tape. I couldn't do that. Let's see. Select Pet. I have Select Pet. Arr! Select Pet. Where'd you go? I'm pretty sure. Oh, there he is. He's up there next to KG Tropics, Papa Shrimp, and Stephen P. Your logo is covering up Select. Oh, actually, it's a big square. Let's see. We'll put Select Pet right here so you can see it. That's you, John. Right there.
I might end up having to clean the Discus FX6 before I don't like what it's doing. So I will do that once the stream is over.
There's Peplin. Oh no, that's Scotty. Where's Peplin? Oh, Peplin. There's Peplin. I was looking for a blue ciclet from far away. There's Peplin.
Yeah,
that's a pretty fish.
We did some horse trading, and I got a dozen of those things. They're so cool.
Do you still have them?
Oh yeah, they're growing out. I've got a couple of them. I'll take you back and show you, and they're starting to get color already. I got to be paying attention though, because we're getting close to the top on the tank finally.
Susan's the only person that actually has real magnets. I didn't have to make Susan's.
So see how blue that need to go now. And I've got convicts now, Ed.
Oh no.
Yes.
I really like those electric blue convicts. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, the polars.
Oh, the polars, yeah. Boy, they're nice.
Yeah, they're basically mixed with a convict and a parrotfish.
Yeah, I believe it.
But yeah, those little guys are doing good. And you being the little live bear guy, where is my mail? And here I've got a bunch of stack ends. There he is. Are you seeing him okay?
I'm trying to. Right now, the problem is we get to see the words.
Oh, shoot.
What you're seeing.
I wish I could figure out how to get the camera turned around. It's not doing, normally you hit the cam thing and you're good. But it's not letting me do that today. So, Ed, we're just about filled up here. I think at 3:30 we'll go ahead and call it, brother.
Awesome.
So about 10 minutes and we'll call it good.
Oh, Select Pet liked your convicts. He said those are high dollar convicts.
Yeah. I I was afraid that if I didn't buy them, I don't know what was going to become of them. So I bought them. Somebody was threatening, I'll buy them for you. I'll pay $1 so I can give them to my piranha.
Yeah. Well, and somebody with a piranha where you live?
Oh, yeah, there's lots of people.
Oregon's okay with them.
Washington's the one that doesn't like piranha.
Yeah. Does Oregon have any?
That Roland guy that you guys have seen on my streams and whatnot, he breeds them.
Oh, that's awesome. Does Oregon have any tough laws?
I think that we're not allowed to keep the Asian arowanas.
Yeah, that's federal. So that's one thing with the Lindsay Act. We want to make sure everybody talk to their representative, but first do some homework and make sure you know what you're talking about, because it doesn't do any
what
good.
I can read of it, it's probably only going to be like 40 or 50 fish they'll allow you to keep when that act, if that goes into effect.
Yeah,
so I did the math. I'm at about 75, maybe even 80% of my fish room would be illegal.
Yeah. Well, my Goodiots, my of course the Fleischers, probably a lot of my snails would be illegal, like my devil thorns and some of the snails. Yeah, it's insane. So, guys, we need to talk to our representatives. A lot of the bill, or it's an amendment. It's not a bill. It's just to add more to a bill. It's been rejected several times, but there's just one area in it that's really devastating for us. So, check it out.
Come here.
And Kenny, what's scary though is it's got not bipolar, bipartisanship, because it's a Democrat and a Republican putting it together. So that's the scariest part of the whole thing to me. Normally we can always count on one party making sure the other party doesn't do anything. Oh, hi, Robert from TN Aqua. Robert, awesome. He is my friend. Ooh, we can almost hear.
Why are you just not telling me this?
Can you please say hi to Danny for me?
Ed says hi.
Hi, Ed.
So Danny is telling me, Ed, that these nice pieces of wood I just put in here may have been sprayed by our lawn people.
Oh!
Yeah. So now I might have to take all these out because I don't want them leaching anything into my fish. Although I think if that was going to happen, it would have already taken place. I think whatever was in there would have immediately caused issue.
Oh, man, I have no idea how to check for something like that, too. I don't know. It could leach slowly.
I don't think they sprayed the wood. They might have sprayed chemicals in the backyard, but I don't think they did the wood.
What type of chemicals were they spraying?
Like plant killers type stuff.
Okay.
That would cause havoc on a fish. Well, damage is done now. I don't see the point in yanking it. I've already put it in the water, so whatever was on the outside is already in the water column. So,
well, have a plan where you're going to put your discus if things start going south.
I mean, where has she been? I've been talking about it all week. I was doing it.
Well, keep an eye, especially on that one that's already white. See if any of the others start turning white.
No, the rest of them are swimming around, and everybody seems to be doing fine.
Degenerate says, do another water change. Sunset,
I don't think those guys can't be that stupid. Why would you spray a pile of wood? It makes no sense. Not to mention, they're trying to get a job done for as cheap as possible. They're not going to just randomly spray stuff that doesn't have plant matter on it,
Oh, that's a good point. Peplin says, put a hang on the back of it and or even on the front of it. Just put a hang on the back on it and fill it with carbon. Bunch of charcoal. That's a pretty good idea. You know, I
I
bet
think
Kenny
I'm
has
going
a.
to do a bit around here too. Yeah, I've got a couple extra filters. I think that's what I'll do for the night.
Good job, Pep.
I can already tell you guys, I'd be 99% sure that they're fine because they're over here eating stuff off the ground and the barbs are still swimming back and forth like they always do. They'd already be showing signs of stress if there was something weird in the water.
Tennessee Aqua, my buddy Robert, he wants you to know that it's bunny season, so you could start hunting them again if the grass is getting tall.
You think so, Robert?
And John from Select Pet thinks that the carbon will work to help absorb or pull that stuff out. That's a great idea because, you know, it does take out meds and stuff like that. And what he has going for him, it's 100 or 220 or 40 gallon tank. So it's a big tank. That's a lot of water.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Uh-oh. We may have lost Kenny E. And now I'm taking over the show. If you're not a member of the Chattanooga Ed channel, come sub. Mods, post my channel. Ah, crap, he's back.
I'm back. I
was going to take over your show.
I'm going to be cutting off here for a second to stop this water flow, and I think we'll end the stream so you can get to eat. Hold on, man. I'll hook up a filter on there, and then I'm also going to probably clean out the FX6 real good and get it perfect, so that way that will help as well. Maybe I'll fill this tray with some activated carbon.
Yeah, you could read to see if anybody else has some great suggestions too, because I think a lot of people are saying stuff. So, but that's awesome.
Ooh,
oh my gosh,
live too right now, so I don't want to stomp on him as well.
Yeah,
go to my mods. Go ahead and drop the link to Rico. We'll head on over to Rico.
Peplin, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. He put a link to my channel to go sub to me.
Appreciate that, Pep.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank my mods for dropping links and whatnot. I want to thank all my super chatters and members. You guys are awesome. Also want to thank all of the replay and lurkers. You guys, I know, come and check us out after the fact. We appreciate that. And most importantly, I'm going to thank Mr. Chattanooga for last minute jumping on a stream with me. Made the it's hard to believe we've been streaming almost 2 hours. So
wow. Well, it's always fun. I'd hang out with you every day if I could.
I would too. So, well, I appreciate everybody as always. Love your fish. Kenny E. Heading out for now. Ed, you got anything special you want to say?
Nope. We'll see you at Rico.
Later, guys.